Facebook. So it's all about happy marriage. What makes the marriage happy? As per Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 1, text number 6, purport, where we can see the son of Swayambhuva Manu, or the grandson of Swayambhuva Manu, was Yajna. How come his son and grandson? The answer is Swayambhuva Manu Rupa. And after they marry, they produce 5 children. And among the 5 children, first daughter was Akuti. Mintradas ji, Hare Krishna. First daughter was Akuti. And Akuti was given in marriage to Prajapati Ruchi. And while giving in marriage, the girl's father, that is Akuti's father, Swayambhuva Manu, put a condition that your son should be given to me as a son. Priyavrata. But the problem is that he still wanted to have the grandson as his son. Why? Because that is called as chapter 1, text 2. Talks about Putri. When he gives the daughter in marriage, Swayam he knew that Akuti's son is going to be Krishna. Means Vishnu's expansion, Yajna, to Akuti as a son of Prajapati Ruchi. But along with the son, daughter was born. That was her. She was named as Dakshina. So since both children, Yajna and Dakshina, 2 children were born for Akuti and her husband Prajapati Ruchi, the father of Akuti was very happy to come and take her son for himself. So the daughter's son is given to the father to upbring like a father. That is why the grandson also becomes the son. But since Yajna is Vishnu and the girl Dakshina is Lakshmi, they were married. We don't say they are brother and sister, because when Lord Vishnu takes birth as Vishnu and Lakshmi, then they are given in marriage. So Yajna marries because Dakshina was very satisfied with her husband Yajna, and Yajna was very satisfied with his wife Dakshina. That is why Prabhupada says, if the marriage has to be a happy one, then the husband has to be very satisfied with the wife, and wife should be very satisfied with the husband. How it happens? Prabhupada explains that if the daughter is trained to be satisfied in all circumstances, then whatever is the husband, when they look for a well qualified husband and marry, after that, if anything goes wrong, the wife remains satisfied because she is trained to remain satisfied. And the boys are trained to satisfy the wife by giving her enough foodstuffs, ornaments, clothes, place to stay, etc. So when the boys give all those things in order to satisfy the wife, they are also remaining satisfied because the girl is already trained to be satisfied. You see here what Prabhupada has written in Canto 4, Chapter 1, text number 6, purport. An ideal husband and wife are generally called Lakshmi Narayana. If husband and wife are satisfied with one another, then they are like Lakshmi Narayana. So here it's said, an ideal husband and wife are generally called Lakshmi Narayana to compare them to the Lord and Goddess of Fortune, for it is significant that Lakshmi Narayana are forever happy as husband and wife. A wife should remain satisfied with the husband, and a husband should always remain satisfied with his wife. In the Chanakya Shloka, The moral instructions of Chanakya Pandita, it is said that if a husband and wife are always satisfied with one another, then goddess of fortune automatically comes. In other words, where there is no disagreement between husband and wife, all the material opulence is present and good children are born. So if you want to get good children, then you should know to be satisfied with the wife, and the wife should be trained by her parents to be satisfied with the husband in all circumstances. And husband should be trained to provide the wife what should she provide. Let's read. Generally, according to Vedic civilization, the wife is trained to be satisfied in all conditions, and the husband, according to Vedic instruction, is required to please the wife with sufficient food, ornaments, and clothing. Then, if they are satisfied with their mutual dealings, good children are born. You see, in this way, the entire world can become peaceful. Unfortunately, in this age of Kali, there are no ideal husbands and no ideal wives. Therefore, that if you really want a happy marriage of your daughter, you should train your daughter to be satisfied in all the conditions. And you should train the husband to provide the wife with good food, good clothing, and sufficient ornaments. So if the husband tries to provide all this to the wife, and wife is trained to be satisfied always, then the marriages become happy. Shakuntala Manni ji, Sajit Mohanta ji, Hare Krishna. So the marriages become happy. Priya Ranganathan ji, Hare Krishna. Today I'm not able to see anybody on Facebook, but I'm only the messages are telling me that you're present. So I'm happy to hear you from each of you, my dear friends. Thank you so much, Priya Ranganathan ji. Yes, so this was all about marriage. And so marriage means staying satisfied with the husband. Marriage means staying satisfied with the wife. Means once you're married, no looking out of marriage for another husband or for another wife. One marriage, one lifetime. As many kids that you can take them back to Godhead by you being Krishna conscious and making them Krishna conscious. Robin Chatterjee ji, Hare Krishna. That's a happy marriage. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 1, text number 6, purport. We end the session to start the Hindi session once again. Same content,